Okay, so this is a little unedited LuuLuu. I don't know why I say like I don't you hate it when people say things like that when they use their own name, like unedited LuuLuu, like whatever. It's another unedited one. Y'all know what I name them. I sound goofy saying that shit over and over again. Just have to be real with myself. It's like what? Okay, so we're gonna do a couple of things. We're gonna talk, and I'm gonna do a couple of little review. I thought I'd like kill the two birds with one stone. So, full disclosure, I haven't really been on social media. I've been trying, but I haven't been feeling well. I'm still not 100%. I wouldn't even say that I'm honestly 50%. I'm feeling well enough to get up and function during the day. But it's been taking a lot out of me, and I didn't really notice how much it was taking out of me. Like Thursday, I mean, I always take a little nap. You know what I'm saying? I come home, I'm a little tired, take a little nap. I'm a nap girl. But are you a nap girl? Put it or a nap person. Let's just say that because I'm a nap girl, but you a nap person. If you are, put it in the comments because I live for the naps. I mean, naps are so refreshing. I just love them. But anyway, so I haven't really been feeling well. And Thursday, I fell asleep on the couch watching TV with all of my clothes on, y'all. And that's not even the bad part. I literally could not. I got up, you got to get up and pee. I could not even come. I went back and laid back on the couch and passed out again. It was just like I couldn't even get up and go and just go and take my clothes off, brush my teeth, wash my face. I was just out of it until the next morning. And so, okay, next part of disclosure. Today is Saturday. Yesterday, I wound up having to leave early, work early, and go to the ER. Some issues, some bleeding, and I need to go see a specialist because this ain't stopping. It's like I'm in this abatement period where it's kind of just slowed down. It's not as intense. Um, and so I just really need to go to see a doctor, a specialist, because I see my doctors. I just need to see a specialist because ain't nothing really, it's like, okay, well, what we gonna do? It's like you get in this space, where it's like, what we gonna do, y'all? What are we gonna, thank you for saying, oh, the tests are okay. Well, but clearly something ain't right because this is not normal. Okay, so that's that. So I'm just telling y'all that. I don't worry, you know, thank you who's ever gonna say feel better. I appreciate it. I really do. And let me just tell you something about me. I really don't do well with like, I don't want to say this. Like concern, I guess I could say. Not I don't want to say concern. I don't do well when people are like, oh, Lou, two things, like worry about me and concern, and people like, oh, I tend to like try to deal with that on my own very quietly. So I wasn't really gonna say that, that's why, it is what it is. But I also don't do well with a lot of praise. I don't do well with praise. I don't like to be called out and be like, "Oh my God, you're so." It. I be like, "Thank you," and I don't know how to take one. It's like I appreciate it, but I don't know how to respond to it because it almost freaks me out. I know this is normal. I know some people feel this way too because it's not like you're not alone. You're not fucking special, but it is what it is. Okay, but anyway, let's talk about some fragrances Well, we're gonna talk about a couple of fragrance because I decided that I'm gonna kill these two birds with one stone. We're gonna talk about just three fragrances because I've been meaning to talk about these for a while. So I'm gonna intersperse this with that. So let's talk about. So we're gonna talk about our honey ouds. I'm just kind of moving around. Excuse me if I'm like jerky and it's like freaking you out. So we're going to talk about honey ouds. I've been meaning to do this video for over a year. It's like I have these things in my head and I just don't get to them. So I'm really trying to be, I'm really working on my focus and just my follow through. I don't know. I be letting shit get in my head and like getting frustrated and stuff. And I know y'all don't notice, but this is what happens in my head. So let's just go ahead and and talk about it. So like now I got a list that I need to go through, but I really wasn't feeling like filming. And then let's talk about that. Um Filming. So there's this, you know, the thing about filming is that there's a expectation. And the expectation is, you come and you look nice, you put your best foot forward, you get ready for the camera. I gotta be honest, I just really don't have time to get ready for the camera too often. And so that sometimes stymies me from doing things because I be feeling like, oh, yeah, you look like you need to get it together. You need to put on your makeup. And it's so funny because when I do put on my makeup, everyone's like, oh my God, you look so pretty. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, so there's this conundrum I'm having. It's like, is it more important that I make sure that I look pretty for the camera or do I give content? And that's where I sit right now. It's like, so do I do, so and I'm sure it's a lot of people who feel like this. I know. And I work in a school. I'm a teacher. I don't necessarily have to put on makeup every day, and I just really don't. Um, at one point I did, but I just barely be getting up in the morning some days, and I just be trying to get myself out. And to be quite honest, I spend a lot of time on my skincare, and that's more important to me. So by the time I finish my skincare and sit there and let it sit in and get in, I ain't got time to be putting on makeup. That's just the reality of it. My skincare takes quite a bit of time, which doesn't give me time to put on makeup. It probably would if I actually started moving because I wake up at 5. I wake up around 5 a.m., but I honestly don't get started moving till about 5:40. It's just me trying to get the day started. I need to start meditating during that time, but it's just like, whoo, it just take me a minute to get it together. So anyway, that's my conundrum. So it's like I'm thinking that I'm going to, go ahead and give myself one day on the weekend where I sit down, I put on my makeup, and I film. But there's other things I want to film and just do. So do I worry about that? Do y'all care about that much? And I know my hoes don't. I know y'all don't. But it's like, if you want to grow, if you want people to watch you, you gotta give them you gotta give them what they want. I mean, I thought my skin was, worthy of being seen, but anyway. Let's talk fragrances. So I've been trying to do this honey. Like I said, it's this honey oud because sometimes I have like things in my head. Like I'll be like, okay, you got these Santals. Let's talk Santal, and I don't get to them. So now I was sitting here and I'm trying to like organize because I'm gonna start doing some sample sales. Right? We're gonna get rid of some of the stuff. I'm trying to lighten up my load. I'm not gonna be decluttering all the stuff, but I got a lot of travel sprays and samples that I need to lighten the load of because if I want to get more, I can't just have them stacking up and stacking up. Can you see, you know how you be saying 100? I can't do that. I just can't. I can't because because I don't use them again. Once I've tried them out and I'm like, oh yeah, okay, and I make a decision about them, they get thrown to the side. So let's go on with this. So let's talk about honey oud. And I am going to be doing another oud video that's already in the works, listed out and everything. But let's talk about honey ouds. So I got a couple of honey ouds last year, a couple of years ago, and then I was like, oh, let's just go on and it was like, oh, honey oud. And then I got on this honey oud obsession. Luckily, I only got 3 of them because I could have gone. But I said, but then I was like, oh, you should really talk about them. So let's have a little conversation about them. So here's the first one we're going to talk about. This is Flores's honey oud. So I just got a travel spray of this. Just got a travel spray because I was like, this is me stopping myself sometimes because my instinct is to just buy the damn bottle. But then I said, no, start buying stuff like samples and travel sprays, Louise. You don't have to buy the whole damn bottle. So I didn't. So anyway, here we go. So this is here. Now, I'm looking at the notes and it says honey, bergamot, oud, rose, patchouli, amber, vanilla, musk, and lavender. So it sounds really delightful. But for some reason, this is terrible on my skin. I get a little honey. I get the oud. The oud is real strong and kind of skanky. But what happens, there's something that they put in fragrances that smells like baby aspirin to me. It's indicative in Tom Ford's. And for some reason, this comes off that way on my skin. It comes off, and I'm looking at the notes, and this don't say, but on my skin, it comes off very aromatic. It almost feels like it has lavender or geranium or, some very herbal things in it because it comes off very aromatic on my skin. So, no, this is not going to work for me at all. So no. And so it leans a little too masculine on my skin. So for that, all that, it leans a little too masculine. Just leans a little too masculine on my skin. Now, this one right here, whoosh, this was good. This is Montale's honey oud. Now, if you know anything, this is one of my favorite Montales. This is like top 3. Yeah, I think it's like at least top 5. I don't know if it's top 3, but it's definitely top 5 of my Montales. And I'm not a huge Montale. I'm finding that I sort of like Montales, but I don't. Okay. So here's the thing with this one. It does have the Montale oud, which can be off-putting in the beginning. So it's got this strong skanky oud in the beginning, but as it dries down, the oud calms down because this one has leather in it and has the oud, and it has cinnamon and amber and vanilla and a little bit of florals, and it becomes so beautiful. It is just real sexy. This smells good on everybody. And so you get this spicy, honeyed, oud. And it's got, that leather gives it a little punch to it. So it's really, yeah. So this is, whew, yes. This is so good in the fall and winter. It's, because we like these thick, kind of heavier scents, right? We want that hit. But you know what the interesting thing is? This isn't super heavy. Even though it's a honey oud, it isn't super heavy. It still has a certain lightness to it, which makes it pretty much you can wear this all year round. Like on cool summer nights, you can wear this. You can wear this. And I know people be wearing this stuff all over the place. I'm just not doing it. Because let's just be honest, some of that stuff be too overpowering. Okay. And everybody like, they wear it in the Middle East. Okay, but that don't mean I need to wear it just because they wear it. You know what I'm saying? I'm just... And finally, now this one is due to Joss Jane, mainly because she used to talk about it all the time. And I was like, why don't I have it? And I had actually tried it. Rose had sent it to me, Dr. Rose. But it was kind of, I was kind of new to the thing, to the game, to the oud game. And the honey, I wasn't there on honey. And so I kind of was like, oh, thank you, no, no. But then then Josh kept talking about it, and I was like, let me go on and get it. And this is Oud Ambrosia by Maison Lancome. So of course this is discontinued. Like so many of them are. But this is a gorgeous oud and rose, right? We expect a beautiful fragrance from Lancome. But this is oud and rose and the honey. And the honey is just dripping and 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 sweet and slightly syrupy and just really just decadent. This is a decadent oud rose that is drizzled in honey. It does have some patchouli and cedar in it, but like what it really is oud, it's honey, it's rose. And it is just really, really beautiful. So that is Oud Ambrosia. So um I think like now I know people love Flores honey oud. It just don't work for me. So I could put this in my stuff to sell. It's a lot left too. I'm telling you this when I start selling off this stuff, y'all better be ready to buy these bundles because they're gonna be bundled. Just telling you now. Don't be thinking you just gonna be getting like, oh, it's gonna be a bundle. I'm not gonna be breaking up stuff. No, it's a bundle. You buy a bundle, you get the bundle. That's it. I might do a honey bundle, honey oud bundle. That might be easy to do. Huh. Okay. Anyway, anyhow, anywho, that's it for this little edition of, my unedited. I don't have anything else in my head right now. I just, not feeling well. Thinking about my appearance when I do these videos. That's it. That's all I got. All right. Talk to you later.